Before anybody says anything, before watching this video, yes, I know it is a long video, but that's just how it ended up being drawn out. This video, debunk slash commentary video, was made, or the production of this video started several months ago. Because I had a lot of stuff going on, I could not finish it. I only was halfway done with it. And since I had a little more free time, now I decided to finish the last half of this commentary video. Um, Bear with me with this, guys. Yes, sorry for the delay of this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this debunk commentary video. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku here, back with another video, and I am going to be doing a commentary video. Well. Never thought I would be doing one, because quite frankly, I just don't want to. But someone decided to make a commentary video on me about my points on why Goku is a superhero. And considering the fact that his video was poorly terrible compared to other commentators that have commentated on me, since I'm no stranger to the commentary community on YouTube, this commentary, however, was done out of spite of my points on why Goku was a superhero, and in his video he pretty much edited out all my points on why Goku is a superhero, and I actually gave firm evidence and was very professional in the video and gave my arguments and why Goku is a superhero and why, Goku was not Superman or whatever. I made it like 5 months ago. And so, I've made videos on why he's a superhero. I made this video on why Goku was not Superman in the Funimation dub. A lot of people have been using that as a stereotype since Screw Attacks Goku vs. Superman #2, which was bullshit by Ben Singer and Wiz, or Ben Singer and Boomstick, I'm sorry. For this commentary, I'm only going to be commentating on his rebuttals to my video because, you can just go watch the entirety of my video at any time. It's still available to watch. And it actually shows my full in-depth thoughts, which he doesn't. He skips all my evidence to put his commentary video in his favor. So let's get to this man's commentary on me. So here we go.
Hello, I'm Sonic098, once again another video. This time, in my epic return to commentating, I'm going to be doing my first actual commentary, where I actually improve. I'm gonna be commentating on a certain user called Team Fire, aka the SSJ Ultimate Goku.
Hold up, cut everything before we even get started. First of all, my username is the SS Ultimate Goku, not the SSJ Ultimate Goku. I go by the English dub, which, by the way, in Super Saiyan spelling for the English dub, there is no J. That is in the Japanese version when they are called Super Saiyans. You could take your little subtitle thing and take it somewhere else, because this is an English dub channel and we don't go by the subtitle terminology, which is why my YouTube username does not insimulate that. It insimulates the English dub, which is SS, Super Saiyan. So take your little subtitle shit, okay, and get it out of here, because this is not a subtitle channel. No disrespect to people that watch subtitles, because that's fine if you choose to watch that, but this particular channel is for English dubs only. So next time, get it right. because that is not my name, and it was very explicit about my name that you intentionally did that on purpose. So, back to his commentary.
He is the guy who believes Pokeshipping is the true canon and thinks Goku is a superhero.
Well, Pokeshipping is the true canon, and I've proven why before in past videos, but of course you already know that. And you know what? I'm not going to really talk so much about Pokeshipping here, because that's not what this video is about. It's about Goku being a superhero, which is what we're going to talk about, because I did prove Goku is a superhero, but you blindly ignored my points and also edited them out of your commentary video on me, where you edited out my evidence to prove why Goku's a superhero, to kind of split it in your favor. But here's where I'm going to debunk royally your arguments on this. So let's get this going. I'm very curious to see where you're going with this exactly.
I'm going to be representing myself as Cosmo Procedure from Sonic X. Anyways, let's get this crap started. This video is gonna be shit, I know it.
Interesting choice to picking Cosmo from Sonic X. I'm not really familiar with the Sonic X franchise, but I do vaguely remember that series because it was on Saturday mornings, and I used to watch Saturday mornings a lot, cartoons a lot. I remember about that show, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that character the character that was always being protected and not really fighting that much? And she also, I guess, had a thing for Tails, and Tails had a thing for her. That's the only thing I remember about that whole character. So I'm very curious to why you picked a character as calm as this character, but yet you attack me multiple times, calling me an idiot and a retard in this entire video. Very interesting choice, but I'll have to get back to you about Cosmo. I'll have to get my guy who actually knows more about Sonic than anybody here, including you, and that's Sonic Man, about this character, because I don't really know anything about this character. So, with that being said, let's see what you come up with this commentary thing that you're doing here, or these rebuttals. I'm very dying to see what you come up with here.
King Gohan file. How many times do I have to tell you? Goku is not a superhero, dumbass.
You cannot be serious right now. How many times have I told you that he's not a superhero? How many times have I told you that he is? And considering the fact that I had a bunch of evidence to prove why he's a superhero, your little comment is pretty dumb, actually, and it's also rude, once again getting back to the point of him just harassing and bullying and being rude. This is basically what he does for the majority of the video, is just call me a dumbass, a retard, an idiot, yada yada yada, and that's basically your opening statement. Like, no information whatsoever, just vague. Just vague and just really stupid, honestly. But it doesn't surprise me, because that's you. I explained to you why Goku's a superhero many times already. You don't want to listen, then that's you. But I've showed evidence that proves that you're wrong. So, really, who's the dumb one?
What stereotype are you talking about? Exactly. Are you talking about racial stereotypes? You know, with the whole crap about all black people love chicken, or all white people love mayo. Are you talking about that? Oh, it's the whole Goku being like Superman issue. Great. Not!
Well, if you had just given me a second, I would explain what the stereotype was. But considering the fact that I titled the video a certain way, kind of gave an indication of what stereotype I was talking about, since Screw Attack blatantly lied in their death battle, saying that Goku became Superman in the Funimation dub, which was a flat-out lie. That was not true. there is no concrete evidence to show that. Funimation has never said that he is Superman in the Funimation dub. So unless you know some high-ranking executive from Funimation from back in the early 2000s that worked on the show and can confirm to you that Goku in the English dub was basically a copy of Superman, then you got no shit to stand on, buddy. So, yeah, it is a stereotype because Ben Singer and Death Battle blatantly lied and made a false accusational statement, which they should be ashamed of for doing, might I add.
What does Death Battle have to do with your proofs about Goku not being like Superman in the Funimation dub? I'm just gonna skip this part out of the way. He talks about some irrelevant shit that doesn't have to do with the video.
Dragon Ball became a hit anime and then came to America,
literally making its own journey to the West, and forever changing the childhoods of many. Dragon Ball Z became the gateway anime to many Westerners. However, since prior anime had very little success overseas due to the differences between Japanese and American cultures, the companies responsible for importing DBZ understandably feared Goku's character might seem a bit selfish and heartless to a Western audience.
Their solution? Turn Goku into Superman.
Well, as I already explained, Death Battle blatantly lied in their video saying that Goku became Superman. It's in their video. So, yes, me talking about Death Battle in this video does make sense, because if it hadn't been for Death Battle's statement, no one would be saying Goku is Superman. Death Battle were the ones that started this. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of the fan base never once said Goku was Superman. Now, after the Death Battle happened, all of a sudden we're hearing, oh, Goku was Superman in the Funimation dub, and it's because of Death Battle. Millions upon millions of people viewed that video on YouTube, and it created that stereotype. So yes, me talking about this did make sense and was definitely validated for me to talk about it in the video. And you skipping this stuff also, by the way, is more misrepresentation, because I explain even more my point and you just skip it to just make me look vague. Again, also evidence that I point out too, which actually I'll get to later, but it shows why Goku is a superhero. Also, don't you ever use Team Rocket's music with this stupid pony bull crap. That's some bullshit. Just a little statement that I feel like I need to make. Because come on, Team Rocket music? Don't you dare put that Team Rocket music with some stupid little pony bullshit. Just gotta put that out there.
Funimation, in the old dubs, portraying Goku as like a Superman ripoff is not a stereotype. It's a legitimate fact, whether you like it or not.
Gee, I didn't know you were the Funimation expert. Unless you actually know an executive from Funimation at the time that was working on the dub actively back in the early 2000s and late 90s, you have no grounds to make that accusation. Also, you do realize that multiple characters are based on other characters in certain medias and fiction. No character is an original character. Also, if you're going to go by the logic that Goku is somehow ripped off to Superman, I can use the argument that Shazam, aka the original Captain Marvel, is tied into Superman as well, because the US courts actually deemed that Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, was a ripoff of Superman via actual court ruling. So unless you have actual proof from an executive or the US government, then you have no grounds to say that Goku is a ripoff of Superman. You have no grounds, and you're just basically spreading your own personal opinion as a fact, which makes you literally wrong on all levels. Also, one more thing to add for anybody that wants full details on the whole Shazam Captain Marvel lawsuit from back in the 40s against Superman. I'll put the link in the description box so you can all read up on that. It is actually a very interesting read. I will say so myself. So please, if you're interested in it, go check it out.
Goku being portrayed as a Superman ripoff in the old Funimation dubs is not a lie. It's a fact. Even in the Ocean dub, they did that. Congratulations. You just earned yourself the #1 dumbass retarded idiot of the year. I hope you're satisfied.
You can't be serious right now. You literally just regurgitated the same thing that you said the previous time, and then just kept dissing me by calling me an idiot and a dumbass of the year, which I'm not, by the way. That's all you do this entire time, and this is basically the majority of what he does for the remainder of the video too. But you had no points, and literally, as I just said, Goku is not Superman. He was not portrayed as Superman, and unless you have an actual executive or someone from Funimation back in that time, which you don't, you have no argument here. Your argument is stupid. It really is, and your whole points are stupid. Like I just don't even know, bro. Like where are you even going with this? Like, come on now. Like, same thing over and over, just like, really?
So thinking what? It's still evidence that Goku was not meant to be this all-white righteous hero. I'm not surprised at you saying this, Bo, seeing as you are the same guy who insists that the translation from Chakashi Pseudo about Misty and Poke shipping was wrong.
There's multiple evidence to prove that he is a superhero, and he has been involved into a superhero. He's a guy who literally has saved the planet multiple times. Like what Dragon Ball Z are you watching exactly? Are you even watching it, for that matter? I'm really questioning it, because he is a hero in the show, and you can't deny that. As for the shit you said about Misty, I'm not exactly sure what you said. It was very hard to understand what you said, the translation about pseudo or whatever. I don't know what you mean by pseudo or whatever about Misty, but I could say this right now. The translations of Misty in the dub are pretty accurate for the most part. Not everything, but pretty accurate for the most part for Misty. But I just don't get why you would bring that up anyways.
Just because those were heroic moments does not mean that those are superhero moments. Yes, Goku sacrificed himself from his brother, Raditz, so that nobody will be harmed. And yes, Goku did sacrifice himself to save Earth. But any hero, even if they're not superheroes, can do that. So by logic, Shadow, the Hedgehog, is a superhero because he sacrificed himself to save humanity and Earth from destruction. You are a stupid retard.
I'm starting to get the feeling that you don't understand what a superhero is, because I've already explained it to you multiple times, but then again, you're just too ignorant to look up the definition. So, what is a superhero? Well, I have linked it. A superhero sacrifices himself without question to save the Earth. That is a superhero trait. Superheroes do this. Okay? Going by your logic, that means pretty much people that don't do this and don't try to save the Earth are not superheroes. Okay? So, by your logic, does that mean like a character like Iron Man who acts selfish most of the time? Does that mean he isn't a superhero? Does that mean a character that is considered a superhero in DC and Marvel that doesn't go all out to save the world, does that mean they're not a superhero? Because I feel like the way he is misplacing this is that, well, if they save the Earth, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a superhero. It actually kind of does, because they are going bar in between to literally save the life of everybody on the planet, essentially, by saving the Earth, to ensure that everyone is safe. That's a superhero trait, buddy. Like, I don't even know, like, seriously why. Like, I literally have, like, given this guy the definition, like, but, you know, one knows what they think.
Oh my god. Where do we start with this bullcrap? First of all, not being a stereotype superhero does not mean that you're a superhero. You could be a regular hero or a shonen hero. And second of all, having superhuman powers does not make somebody a superhero. By your logic, which is your retarded logic, Popeye would be the first original superhero just because he has the power to like grow stronger and beat enemies up just by eating a can of spinach. And Popeye is not a superhero. Or if you like to insist that every superhero has to have superpowers, even Batman has no superpowers, yet he's still considered a superhero because he fights crime and saves people in Gotham or whatever. So yeah, you are retarded.
Well, if you actually paid attention and or picked up a book to a dictionary or just typed into your computer what the definition of a superhero is, they would say you are wrong. So let's see what Google says. Google says that a superhero is a fictional character with superhuman powers such as Superman. That is the generic definition of a superhero. So yes, guess what? You are wrong. You are wrong. Superheroes, by definition, have to have superpowers. Now, granted, Batman is considered a superhero because of his feats and accomplishments. I mean, hell, most superheroes in DC consider him the most dangerous superhero out there because of his feats and accomplishments. But going by the official definition of a superhero, yes, you are supposed to have superpowers. So, and of course DC, of course, you know, having trademarked superheroes, they can pretty much make anyone a superhero if they want to. But going by the simple regular definition of what a superhero is, yes, Goku by definition is a superhero, which again, you called me a retard, yet you simply don't know anything about the definition of a superhero because I just debunked you within 10 seconds. Oh, by the way, I gave you another definition. So let's do the official dictionary.com's definition of what a superhero is. So a hero especially is essential in a children's comic book and television cartoon, precedes extraordinary, often mysterious or magical powers. End quote. So that is dictionary.com's definition, pretty much supporting Google's definition of a superhero, which means that it is in a children's comic book that has mystical powers. Now, comic book is the American version of what you would say for comic book, but in Japan, comic books are mangas, so it's really still feels the same way. as well as in a television show that's a cartoon anime from Japan. Um, and Goku does have magical powers. I mean, not exactly in that content, but he does have powers. He has superpowers. So going by the logic that you are trying to explain, um, you would be wrong because literally I've given you two sources of what an official definition of a superhero is, and they back up my claim that Goku is in fact a superhero. Hell, even Funimation on National Superhero Day a couple of years ago confirmed that he was a superhero and used these definitions to reference Goku as a superhero. Now, before you say that, oh, they were just saying that because it's Dragon Ball Z, and it's a Funimation license, well, they also said that One Punch Man was a superhero, aka Saitama. And by the way, Funimation does not have the license to One Punch Man. Viz Media does. So don't even try to throw, oh, it was just being biased towards Funimation licensed titles, because One Punch Man isn't a Funimation title. It's a Viz Media title. So that just totally destroys your logic right then and there. So yeah, again, Goku is a superhero, and I just debunked you again.
Or maybe people don't understand because those traits can be applied to any hero, not just superheroes. And Goku is not a superhero.
Even though I just proved that he was based on the definition of what a superhero is, so maybe you need to go back to school and actually understand what definitions of dictionaries are, because obviously you're not looking at the same dictionary that I'm looking at. So, yeah.
I think it would be wise to take it easy for a while, Bardock.
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't know, I'm not wise.
You're not, No.
If Goku is really a superhero like you say, then what does then the other sea fighters like Krillin would be superheroes as well, making your logic so stupid and retarded.
Okay, so I don't know what the random Bardock clip was supposed to represent, but getting back to my argument on, yes, Wonder Woman is a superhero and a Amazonian warrior. She's both, which is why my argument on why Goku can be a Z fighter and a superhero holds up as well. But your whole point on Krillin being a superhero and the rest of the Z fighters being or being superheroes as well, yeah, pretty much for the most part, all of them would be considered superheroes. I'm glad you kind of pointed that out because, yeah, Krillin would be a superhero. Now, technically in Dragon Ball Super, he has become a police officer, but in Dragon Ball Z, yeah, he would have been a superhero, as well as Yamcha, Tien. Piccolo, I guess, was an anti-hero because, I mean, let's face it, I mean, he was bad in Dragon Ball and started to become good, but same thing with Vegeta and whatnot. But, you know, for the most part, those Z fighters, you know, would be superheroes, including Future Trunks. So, yeah, they would be. So, I don't know why you wouldn't think they would be, because they are, including Great Saiyan Man, since he's actually a stereotype superhero. But yes, they are superheroes, so yeah, you are wrong on this. They are, all the Z fighters are, not all of them, but pretty much most of them are superheroes. Yes, absolutely.
Shut up.
I have no comment. Also, I'm going to skip this part because he just goes on and on about how superheroes can be selfish.
So you basically skipped the argument about how there are superheroes that can be selfish in DC and Marvel, like Iron Man and whatnot, but yet you skip it. You want to know why you skip it? Because you have nothing to debunk, because you know I'm right. And so you just decide to act like a big shot and just skip it, thinking that you've won the argument when you didn't. I did. And I just proved why. You know, if you go back to my video, I literally proved why Goku is, could be selfish, but also be a superhero. just like kind of like Iron Man is selfish and he's considered a superhero, which I expressed in my video, but of course you cut it out because you had nothing to refute. So yeah, I'm right on that one, but then again I'm right on pretty much all my points, and that's why I'm making this commentary debunk video. So yeah.
Once again, having superhuman powers does not mean that that character is a superhero.
You are an idiot!
Actually, I'm right. I literally just gave you the definition. Do you not have a Webster's dictionary? Do you not have the internet? Because if you do, please type in Google, which I know you can, type in Google definition of superhero. Guess what you come up with? Superhuman, such as Superman powers. Superhuman powers such as Superman. A hero, often with extraordinary, mysterious powers. These are the definitions of a superhero. I've literally gone over it like multiple times. Do you not understand? Do you not get it? Like, seriously. I seriously think you need to go back to school, man. Because literally, if you type in the superhero definition, it would say that your argument is wrong. So, yeah. So, who's the real bigger idiot? Because you're calling me one, even though I have the actual definition of what a legitimate superhero is, and you don't. So, yeah.
Yes, changing dialogue for the character to act more like a superhero, a righteous hero like Superman, contrary to what the creator intended, makes Goku a Superman ripoff because now he just acts like Superman in the old Funimation dubs. Like the quote, "Hope of the universe" is something that Superman would say, and don't you dare deny that.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
You are an idiot!
He's not a Superman ripoff because they changed dialogue. You can't, and like I said, unless you actually talk to a Funimation executive that actually confirms your story, then you can't say that he's a Superman ripoff. As a matter of fact, he was based on Sun Wukong, not Superman. And though he acts more super-heroic, that does not mean he is Superman. By your logic, that means Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, is a Superman ripoff because, according to the U.S. courts, as I mentioned earlier in this video, he is labeled a Superman ripoff via the U.S. courts. They labeled Captain Marvel, Shazam, a Superman ripoff, which I don't think he is, but of course the courts thought that. And this is also why he can't be called Captain Marvel in the movies. But that, like I said, that's a completely different story for a completely different time. But point being is, you can't just say because dialogue was added that makes him a Superman ripoff. Also, as for the Hope of the Universe speech, which in my opinion is the greatest speech in fiction, that is not what Superman would say. Superman has never he has never said that speech before. He has never said that speech before, so you can't say that that's something that Superman would say, because if he's never actually said it, then how the hell can you just say, oh, well, that's something Superman would say? No, that's not how it works, buddy. So, wrong again. And to get into the whole thing with Goku's character, I still think Goku would still say something like that, because, I mean, now he is the hope of the universe, because he actually is a universe buster, that protects Universe 7. So I don't think it is a stretch to say that Goku wouldn't say something like this. And there are other people, not just me, that have commented this in the past as well. So yeah, who really is the bigger idiot here? Since you literally have no arguments, your definitions of a superhero are based on your own, even though I've proven that your definition of a superhero is not that, and I've proven that of what a superhero definition is, which I've debunked. So yeah, you need to shut up, dude. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What they are saying is that Hope of the Universe is something that Superman would say. They are not saying that Superman said, I am the Hope of the Universe. There's a difference. Get it through your head, you stupid retard. Plus, this is something I want to add in this video, but Toriyama confirmed himself that Goku is not supposed to be a superhero like Superman. He's just a guy that loves to fight. So, who's the retard again?
As I just covered in the last segment, Goku saying the Hope of the Universe speech is not ripping off Superman, because one, Superman has not said it, and also another thing, you can't just say that that's something Superman would say just because you think that. Superman has never said that, never once has spoken it, therefore you cannot just assume that Superman would say that. Also, to add to your side note about Akira Toriyama, Akira Toriyama had claimed that he was never a righteous hero in a Japanese interview years before the English license became a thing for Funimation. So, again, you can't use that assumption. Also, I want to add that Akira Toriyama actually added Dragon Ball Minus, which retconned, well, didn't really retcon the Broly Special, since the Broly Special really technically wasn't canon to begin with, but a lot of people viewed that as canon because that was the only real thing they had of Bardock that you could really, in terms of a Bardock story and whatnot. But Akira Toriyama created Dragon Ball Minus, which actually kind of changed somewhat of Goku's origins, a little bit, as well as introducing Goku's mom and his father in a new light, Bardock's in a new light. It's a lot gentler than the typical evil Saiyans, that, all of them were pretty much. His parents, it seemed, really weren't. But getting to this whole point about Goku, Akira Toriyama in the interview said that Goku was not a righteous superhero years ago, but he evolved into a superhero. As I said, James Cameron didn't intend on the Terminator being, what he was in the first movie. He was supposed to be an everyman. And of course, when he casted Arnold Schwarzenegger, he changed the character up. This is what a lot of creators do. Even though this is not what they originally intended, this is what ends up what happens. And this is what ended up happening to Goku, and Goku ended up becoming a superhero, as I've argued before. So yeah, wrong again, buddy.
What does Yu-Gi-Oh have to do with anything? I mean, this is a video about Goku and Superman.
Well, as I explained in the video, I was using Joey Wheeler as an example so you guys could further understand my argument about Goku not being a Superman ripoff. Considering the fact that Joey Wheeler was heavily localized in the Yu-Gi-Oh dub compared to his Japanese counterpart in the Battle City tournament. His storyline was changed from wanting to be just as good as Yugi to trying to take down the rare hunters. Now, there are some elements that the dub kept of him, trying to catch up to Yugi a little bit here and there, but it's not that dominant as him trying to chase down the rare hunters is in terms of the dialogue. And I use this as an example because Goku's dialogue has changed in Dragon Ball Z, but does that make his character different in terms of him being a ripoff to someone else? Like, for example, Wheeler's has changed. Does that make his character different to someone else because he goes after rare hunters instead of trying to catch up to Yugi in the dub? That was my argument. So, in case you didn't watch the video correctly, which you probably didn't, really, dude, you really don't have an argument to stand on here because you totally missed the point of my example. So, yeah.
The dub make Goku look like a Superman ripoff. Well, I'm not saying that Goku is a Superman ripoff in general. God damn it, you stupid retard.
So, as I mentioned earlier, they didn't make him a ripoff. Unless you have a Funimation executive that tells you this, then you have no grounds to argue this point. But also, I would like to mention once again the Dragon Ball Minus thing, like I did earlier. You see, if you're gonna say that, then I guess Akira Toriyama did rip off Superman then, because according to Dragon Ball Minus, it's very sun-diluted to Superman, and I'm pretty sure that Funimation wasn't involved in that process. Maybe when Goku's planet was being destroyed, I guess that makes him a Superman a ripoff because he was sent to Earth, when his planet was about to be destroyed, like Superman's was, so does that make him a ripoff? Because that was written by Akira Toriyama. That wasn't written by Funimation. So I mean, or Dragon Ball Minus, So I mean, your arguments have it has no valid to your arguments that Funimation changed him into Superman, because they didn't. He does not act like Superman in the Funimation dub, and nor was he intended to be Superman in the Funimation dub. Goku is Goku regardless of what Goku we are talking about. So yeah, wrong again, buddy.
I'm just gonna end the video here because Team Golden Fire keeps going on and on about stupid ass nonsense that no sane person would care about. Overall, the video is just plain out stupid and retarded, saying stupid and retarded logic out of his freaking mouth. And I doubt that Team Golden Fire will ever improve as a person and as a video maker on YouTube.
You're going to end the video because you spent over 20 plus minutes rambling on about nothing and didn't have any arguments to back up your claim and just kept rambling on and didn't have any arguments. By the way, I have improved as a YouTube content creator through my early years. My YouTube videos, though aren't the best, people still watch them. It really doesn't matter, and I know people are going to throw out the quality versus the quantity argument. I mean, we've heard this argument for years. AR's heard this argument. My good friend Animation Rewind has heard this argument, and I've heard this argument. Many people have heard this argument. And I'm just going to say this right now about quality versus quantity. If you watch my video, and it is not the best quality, but you are still watching it, and you are liking it, and you are still interested in it, then why would we need to continue making the quality better? Companies don't make stuff better if people continue buying it. When you go to a movie theater and you watch something and everyone loves it and it's making $1 billion at the box office, do you really think they're going to change anything to make it better? Now, they might put a couple improvements here and there, but they're not gonna do anything different ultimately. They're not gonna completely change everything. Even if one fan rages this isn't how it works, Spider-Man needs to have MJ or something like that, you know what I'm saying? They aren't gonna change that. So the quality versus quantity argument, I think, is pretty stupid. Honestly, if your video is doing good, regardless if it not being that best in quality, obviously people still like it for what it is. Now this guy says, as a person, I'm not a good person. I am a much better human being than you'll ever be, buddy. The fact that you spent this time, as a matter of fact, there are many other videos that you've made on me now, since I started working on this video several months ago, that you have made on me with your obnoxious voice and continue to harass me, as well as other friends of mine on YouTube and Google Plus, who really is the one that needs human help? I really wonder. You spent 20 minutes calling me an idiot and a retard. So, like, how can you really say that I'm a bad human being when you're saying stupid gutter mouth like that? Yes, have I sworn here on YouTube? Yes. But I'm not trying to swear, nor as a human being I have improved tremendously when it comes to swearing and stuff like that. I don't swear as much as I used to here on YouTube, and when I do accidentally say the F word, I actually correct myself because I don't want to say swear words anymore on YouTube. So, don't even get me with your whole BS that I'm not a good human being. You don't even know me, so you can't even assess me. You don't know me in real life, so don't freaking come out here and judge me based on what I do here on YouTube. What I do here on YouTube is what I do for my fans. If you don't like it, then don't watch my videos. But obviously you are, because that's why you're making this commentary, and this is why I have to respond to your commentary.
The only constructive criticism I can really give is provide evidence for some of your claims that Goku is a superhero and that he is not a Superman ripoff in the old Funimation dub. But I digress, as I doubt that he'll listen to the constructive criticism I gave him anyways. I am SonicShell98, sign off, and see ya later.
Here's the funny thing, buddy. Before you even made this commentary video, I literally made a video. Oh wait, that's the video you commentated on. I did make a video that Goku was a superhero. I provided evidence. I gave articles. I gave definitions. And you made a commentary video not really debunking it, just calling me an idiot and a retard. Even though I provided the evidence, I gave you the scans, I gave you the links, I gave you articles, I gave you definitions of what a superhero is, I told you why he's a superhero, and all you did was call me an idiot and a retard the entire video you made on me. And now I just reverted the points again and even showed you an article from Funimation that says that you're wrong. And I showed you the official definition of a dictionary from Google and from dictionary.com, the official websites for dictionary stuff. Well, at least dictionary.com is. But point is, I did give reasonable arguments. Also, as for your whole constructive criticism bullshit, you're full of shit. Your video was not a constructive criticism video. Absolutely not. Alright? The entire video you called me an idiot and a retard. How is that constructive criticism? You actually even called me not a good human being, which I'm a much better human being than you are, since you're still making these commentary videos. And it's just not on me. He's made multiple commentary videos on people enraging with his, immature voice multiple times and ranting and raving on people. So yeah, exactly. What does that make you? Like, if I'm not a good human being, what does that make you? Since you made an entire 20-minute video, like, on bullshit and not true arguments, you didn't even post, like, scans or articles or anything, you just kept ranting and raving. I actually posted articles in my video to prove my argument against you. So I'm very eager to see your response to this, but um, since you've already made, like, at the time of finishing this video, you've made, I think, 3 or 4 videos on me since this commentary video that you made on me several months ago. So, yeah, no. Absolutely wrong. Like I said, that's what I have to say. Goku is 110% a superhero, whether you like it or not. Like I said, definition there, articles there, proof is there, links are in the description box. And that's really about it, guys. I'm out of here with this. It's a long, drawn-out video. And, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate if you like this video. My videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.